Question asked by most people is that, is the UK planning to replace the post-study work visa with this post-Brexit reconciliation plan? After a group of MPs under the New Conservative Party proposed the 12-point plan to reduce net migration by 400,000 before the next election. There has been a lot of proposed measure in the House of Parliament as regards how the UK government can stay in control or control net migration into the UK and still boost the UK economy. Now, one of the proposed measures that stood out for me was the post-Brexit reconciliation plans. Now, the UK government is planning to, do a post-Brexit reconciliation in order to, reconcile or make reconciliation with the European Union, which they left under the Brexit. And some of these measures is their way of ensuring that they still stay in control of net migration and, see how they can effectively implement some of those proposed plans that would affect people on different visa categories, ranging from the student visa, skilled worker visa, care visa. Now I'm going to give you the detailed information on this post-Brexit reconciliation and some of the information in relation to moving to the UK, if it's still worth moving or living in the United Kingdom as an immigrant. So if this will interest you, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. My returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Before Brexit, EU members or EU citizens have access to a lot of benefits in the United Kingdom. And the UK government felt they weren't benefiting as much from the EU citizens compared to what they are giving out, which is one of the reasons why the members of parliament put it to a vote to decide if they would like to leave the EU or remain in the EU. So obviously, after the vote, they decided to leave the EU, which brought about Brexit. Now, after Brexit, the UK government opened its doors to different nationals by creating different, attractive visa categories and, opportunities for people to move into the UK, just for the sole purpose or the goal of boosting the UK economy, attracting, top talents across the globe, in order to give back to the UK economy. And some of those opportunities came with loads of restrictions, like students being unable to work more than 20 hours, those on skilled worker visa not being able to start a business or not being able to, do more than 20 hours extra on their full-time job, and so many other restrictions that comes with, being on different visa categories. Now, the post-study work visa was also under measure by the UK government to attract foreign students into the country and give them the opportunity to search for jobs. Now, of recent time, the UK government have discovered or noticed a huge number of net migration into the United Kingdom. And there's been a lot of debate in the House of Parliament on how the UK government can manage this. Now, one of the ways some of the MPs have proposed to reduce net migration ranges from, stopping dependent visa, putting an end to the post-study work visa, increasing the salary threshold required for applying for a skilled worker visa, increasing the IHS surcharge to over £2,000, and many other, proposed measures by a group of MPs under the New Conservative Party. Now, one of the things that we're proposing now is to introduce what is called a post-Brexit reconciliation. Now, majorly, this is basically to, still attract young professionals in the EU. Despite leaving the EU, they're still trying to find a way to still attract talent from the EU countries. Now, as of now, after Brexit, EU citizens need to apply for visa to be able to work in the UK. For those who don't have UK citizenship or passport, they also need to apply for visa to be able to work in the United Kingdom. So the post-Brexit reconciliation plan is basically to allow EU citizens or EU nationals to be able to move into the UK on a 2-year visa to work, meaning that they don't require to get visa sponsorship or get a job that will provide COS before they can apply for this 2-year visa. Now, the question asked by most people is that, is the UK planning to replace the post-study work visa with this post-Brexit reconciliation plan? And there's been a lot of, opinions and suggestions or, ideology based on what exactly is happening. Now, the UK post-study work visa basically brings international students who pay huge sum of money to study in the UK and then stay back. Now, with the benefit the UK government is getting from international students coming to the UK, be the same with what they'll be getting from providing 2 years visa to EU nationals. Now, these are still, proposed measures by different members of parliament in the UK. And this opinion, basically, the end goal or what they're trying to achieve basically is to reduce net migration in the United Kingdom. Now, the question now is it still worth moving to the UK as an international student or as a skilled worker visa? Now, by January 2024, it's been said that international students will no longer be able to bring in their dependents. And this is really, shall I say, a red flag to so many, because most people are moving into the UK not just for themselves, but also for their family. So if you're unable to bring in their dependents, then the possibility of people choosing the UK as a destination country would definitely be affected. And for those living in the UK as a national student, many of them can attest to the fact that getting a job after completion of one's program is really difficult and challenging. Not because there are no jobs, but because many of those organizations or many of these recruiters are usually interested in people who already have UK experience. And for someone coming to the UK for a master's program, how do you expect such person to have UK work experience? Now, I've had a lot of chats, a lot of conversation with people trying to get a job in the United Kingdom. Of recent, I worked with a particular individual and he was able to apply for this particular job, which he passed the first stage interview. He got to the last stage of the interview and the employer had to categorically tell him that he's a good fit for the job. However, they've decided to go with another candidate who has got the UK experience. So even getting a job after completion of the program is not so easy. I'm one of the few who were able to get a professional job after completion of the program. However, there's still thousands, hundreds of thousands of people out there who completed a master's program and either had to settle for care job or had to, settle for other menial jobs just to be able to meet up with bills. And also, bills in the United Kingdom don't stop. So even after you're done with your master's program, some other bills start coming. Bills like council tax. So you get to pay more. I think I got about over 1,500 pounds for my council tax the same month or a month after I completed my master's program. So living expenses, cost of living is really going to the rise. It's increasing in a way that you just can't imagine. The price of things are skyrocketing. So every of these things are becoming a turn off for so many people to come into the UK. Now, adding to this proposed measures by different MPs to manage net migration will ultimately hurt the UK economy on the long run. But I'm sure many of them are intellectual individuals. They wouldn't pass anything to law until they're sure that it's not going to affect the UK economy negatively. But anyway, we're still just hoping and waiting to see some of the things that will be passed to law. There's been a lot of conversations on immigration. The current Prime Minister is going to a lot of pressure from the House of Parliament on him making measures to reduce net migration. But we're still going to, we've got our fingers crossed, waiting to see the things that will be announced in the nearest future. So if you're currently in the UK and want to share your thoughts or what you think about living in the UK, if it's still worth moving to the UK, please share in the comment section. And if you also have anything to ask, you've got questions to ask, also state them in the comment section. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time or you find this video resourceful, please click on the like button and also click on the red subscribe button to join the amazing Going family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for always watching. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.